friends, welcome back. I am, as you can tell, resurrecting this channel. I know I only had like 5 videos from my last program, but that was because about halfway through I extended and I had to switch apartments, and we didn't have Wi-Fi in our new apartment. It never would connect. We had a router and everything. Couldn't get it figured out, so I wasn't able to upload like I wanted to because I had to go to Starbucks in order to get Wi-Fi, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I did it once, and I just ended up not doing it. So I had a bunch of old footage I was filming, and that footage just kind of got lost. It went into my own little personal Disney vault, and it never came back out. But as you guys can tell, anybody who knows me or follows me on social media knows that I have been re-accepted into the Disney College program for Spring Advantage 2019. Okay, so a little backstory. I graduated college in May of this year, so 2018. I graduated with a degree in it's a Bachelor's of Education in Speech Language Pathology, and then we took a bunch of special education classes, so I know a lot about that as well. So the final semester of my senior year, right before graduation, I was having kind of a hard time deciding like really what I wanted to do with my life. Like I loved speech, and I liked occupational therapy and recreational therapy and just all of the different aspects of things that I had learned throughout my degree. But the problem is that I couldn't pick one, and for me to get a master's I had to decide on one and kind of like specialize, I guess. And I couldn't decide. I'm indecisive. I like, you know, fresh things every day, you know, changing environments, things like that. I decided to take some time, and I applied for a couple jobs at Disney, which I got denied for, and it really stung for a while, but I just kept on going. You know, I made the decision that this is what I wanted to do. On my last program, I was like, I found my calling. Making magic was my thing. It made me happy. It filled my soul with joy. I love seeing other people happy. And so I'm trying to merge my two loves of disabilities and the Disney company, and my goal eventually is to work for Disney's disabilities department. So in order to do that, I had to accept literally any job that I could get. I probably would have been custodial and swept up popcorn inside one of the parks just to get back into the company, because I mean, they don't really hire for disabilities like straight out, because I think it's a part of guest relations. So I was really willing to do anything, but I kept, you know, applying for jobs, part-time positions, professional positions, and I got denied a lot. The college program applications were coming out, and it was kind of the last thing that I was interested in doing, but I knew that it was an opportunity to get back in, and this would be my last opportunity to apply for the college program, because you can only apply up to 6 months after graduation. So I graduated in May, and the latest I could apply for a college program was November, but applications close in October. So I just took the plunge and applied for that and some PIs, which at this point I've gotten denied for some PIs, but I got accepted into the college program again. So here I am, making my new DCP Tag video. So what that is a bunch of questions that people who are doing the Disney College program answer on their channels, and it's just a fun way to like get to know me and what I'll be doing and stuff like that. And since I didn't announce what my role would be when I posted to social media saying that I was going back, this is now the opportunity to find out my role and what I'll be doing down there. So without further ado, let's answer some questions. I have my phone and all of the questions for the tag. Some of these I'll be skipping because they're random, like favorite hero and favorite sidekick. I don't have all of that. I don't care about all that, but I will be answering the questions that are mainly about the program, and then like a couple just fun ones. Question number 1, is this your first DCP? Which, as I've already answered, no, this is not. I am a spring 2016 alumni. I got accepted for spring, but I extended into the summer, so I usually just tell people that I'm Spring Advantage. But I worked from January 29th was my check-in day to July I want to say the 29th was my last day. I was merchandise, and I worked on Main Street East, right in the Magic Kingdom. The east side is the one with the Town Square Theater, the Chapeau, which is the hat shop, the confectionery, which I never worked in. I always gave away my shifts there because I just could not handle that place. And then the last area is the cinema, and then Uptown Jewelers, which includes Pandora jewelry, and I loved working there, especially the cinema with all the artwork and stuff. It was a great program. I had a great time. I loved every minute of it, and honestly, I had to be dragged back home to finish college. But I am an alumni, and to answer this question really long, I guess, yes, this is not my first program. So question number 2, how did you hear about the program? It was a long time ago, and I kind of just stumbled upon it in high school, and I mentioned that I wanted to do it, and I wanted to see if I could do it my first semester of college because I dual enrolled, so I already had some college credit. I went into college with like 2 or 3 classes being taken already, so I wanted to see if that counted, but of course it didn't. And it said that you have to have completed your first semester of your freshman year in order to apply. Well, after that, I kind of forgot about it. And then my sophomore year, it didn't kind of pop back up in my brain. And then when I say my first junior year, because I did take a victory lap, I was a junior for 2 years. So my first junior year, I decided to reapply, and I wasn't accepted, but I applied the next semester with one of my sorority sisters, and we both got in, and so then I went down that next spring. So I think I really just kind of stumbled upon it in high school and then forgot about it, and then it kind of popped back up, and it couldn't have been better timing. So question number 3, how was your interview process? My interview process was a breeze this time. So I wasn't going to apply the first day because, you know, you hear all those horror stories about your application getting stuck in submission and all this, that, and the other. And so I was going to wait a couple days, maybe even a week. But then the day that applications came out, I could not wait. I had to apply that day. I knew I was taking a risk. And when I submitted my application, it said application received, which is like the kiss of death. You think you're going to be stuck there forever. Some people actually are. And about an hour later, I did get an email for my web-based interview, and I was so nervous because that's what I felt the very first time that I applied. The web-based interview is just kind of like an online personality test just to see if you would be a good fit for the company, but they ask you a lot of the same questions multiple different ways, and so it kind of trips you up. Even if you are a good fit, sometimes it can be tricky. I think I was just overthinking it because I feel like I have a great personality for the testing company, but that could just be me. And as soon as I hit submit, I got the email for my phone interview. So I scheduled my phone interview for that next week. I took the web-based interview on, let's see, if applications dropped Monday the 20th, I took my web-based interview on August the 21st, Tuesday, and then I had my phone interview scheduled for the next Monday at 11:30. So I interviewed with a woman named Christy, and it was only 15 minutes long. I know everybody obsesses over like how long their interview was, and they think that like if their interview was short, it was bad and they're not getting in, but both of my interviews that I've ever had have been really short. I think my first one was 17 minutes and this one was 15 minutes. I answered all the questions that she had for me. It was really different than my first interview because it was an alumni interview since I had already done the program once. And we kind of just breezed through what I wanted to do, my top role, what she thought that, you know, I'd be a good fit for. Like, they asked me a couple questions about attractions, which I had never done. She asked me, you know, just overall about my previous program and like living with other people and how it went and kind of that thing. And then I asked her 2 questions and it was over. So I mean, it was fast. I didn't feel like it was great, I didn't feel like it was horrible, but I feel like I did a good job. I felt like I answered all the questions really well, and so after that it was just a waiting game. Then the next week they were starting like their first official big wave. On September the 4th, the wave was going out and the recruiters announced on Twitter that they were going in reverse alphabetical order, and my last name is at the end of the alphabet, so like finally it was my time to shine. You know, it always sucks having a last name at the end of the alphabet. Especially when you're a kid and like you're lining up and stuff like that, but it worked out in my favor this time. So that leads into the next question, which is, where were you when you found out you were accepted? So September 4th, which was a Tuesday, which is actually when I got my acceptance, I was at work, which if anybody doesn't know, I'm a waitress at a diner. Well, I guess they call them servers now, but whatever. So I knew that they were sending out acceptances, and I knew it was in reverse alphabetical order, and I was freaking out. Like, here I am trying to serve my tables and also trying to check my phone, and my boss knows that I'm freaking out. Everybody else knows I'm freaking out, and at one point I thought that they skipped my last name, and I was like, I'm not getting one today. Like, I've missed my opportunity. This is it. And I was super upset for a minute. So I was like, you know what, Jessica, just put your phone down, you know, let it go. They're doing more acceptances tomorrow. Like, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, like, you still have a lot more time to wait, which sucks. Nobody wants to wait, but like, you know, it wasn't a no. So then I get back over to the drink station. I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna pull my phone back out. And like, I checked my employee portal, my dashboard is what they call it, and there was a notification, and I was like, okay, this is either an acceptance or a denial, and there was no way I was getting denied, because like, I don't see how. Like, I have a college degree, I've done it before. And so I clicked on that little thing, and it said congratulations, and I lost it. I told my boss that I got in, I told the kitchen staff that I got in, I told the dishwashers that I got in, all the other servers. I was bawling my eyes out, looking absolutely pathetic in the middle of this diner. And my boss was like, stop crying, you're gonna make me cry. And I was like, well, here's my 3-month notice, girl. I was so excited. I feel so blessed that I'm getting this opportunity to go back and do something that I love. Even if it's not a professional position yet, it's not where I wanna be. It's not necessarily, I haven't reached the end goal yet, but I'm getting there, and I have the drive, and I know I can do it. But back to the question, yes, I was at work. So question number 5, what's your role? So since I didn't put it in my post, a ton of people have been asking me, but my role is actually not something that I interviewed for. I put it on there because I figured, you know, I could do it. It wouldn't be that hard. I think I would enjoy it, but I didn't talk about it in my interview. In my phone interview, I talked about attractions and convention guide and children's activities, and what I really wanted was children's activities, but I didn't get that. So what I was offered is seater. The seater position is basically like a host at a restaurant. So you could be outside greeting, you could be inside checking people in for their dining reservations, you can be calling, like pulling tickets and bringing people to their tables, and you can also be, let's see, what is it, resetting tables and like rolling silverware, I think. Of course I'll know more when I get down there, and I do plan to make a video all about the seater role because there's like maybe 4 out here on YouTube, and it kind of sucks when you get this role and you look up information on it and all you can find is millions of videos on merchandise or attractions, but nothing on the role that you were offered. So I do plan to make a video about that. And I was a little bit disappointed in that at first because I knew that I really wanted children's activities. I felt passionate about it. I thought that like I really like had a good chance at getting it. But the more I thought about it, the more like blessed I am to have this role. I don't think that there's really one restaurant that I wouldn't want to be at. Of course I have like my preferences, but yeah, I don't think that there's a restaurant that I wouldn't want to be at. I feel like it's going to be not necessarily like simple, like not hard, but I think that it'll be good. It's a good change from merchandise. I didn't want merchandise again because I'm tired of working in retail, but it's still, you know, a guest facing role. You can create a lot of magic. Like, I think it'll be good. So I'm really excited about it. And side note, this is not on the like little questionnaire thing, but if I could pick a location, I am like begging the recruiters. I sent them an email and everything on this like new support website that they have. I want to be placed at the Liberty Tree Tavern inside of Magic Kingdom. I love that restaurant. The food is 100% the best. It is Thanksgiving year-round. My first program, I worked in, I picked up a location in the Christmas shop, and I wore the little bonnet, and I know it already looks cute on me, so I'm prepared. I want to work there so bad. That is like, if I could have my dream location, that would be it. I definitely want to be in a park. I don't think the resort would be that bad, but I definitely do want to be in a park. But I guess we'll see. I don't get to know where I'm at until January, like a week or so before I get down there. So for everybody asking where I'm going to be working, what restaurant, I have no clue. I would love to know, and I hope that I get the restaurant that I want, but I won't know for a couple months. So question number 6, how did you find your roommates? So So I definitely didn't want to go random. I had thought about living in an apartment with someone that I already know. She's for my sorority. She lives down there. She already works at Disney. But her lease is not matching up with my program dates, which is fine. So I think that I'm just going to live in Disney housing because, again, it is it's not a permanent position. So you know, additionally, I don't want to move into an apartment and have this lease if I don't know that I have something for sure, because the program is only until August, and then I have to try to like stay somehow. So I'm going to be living in Disney housing. One of my roommates, her name is Kari. She actually went to the same college that I did. We met through Greek life. We're not in the same sorority, but we did meet through Greek life. And so we ended up getting the same program date. She got accepted a day after I did. So we're going to try to live together. There's no guarantee, but you can link up with your roommates in the housing website. And usually I don't think that they separate you. I think that they usually give you who you link with, but it's not for sure until you get down there, obviously. So I'm going to be living with her. And then we found 4 other girls on the Facebook page, which I think that the Facebook page is the perfect place to find roommates. So we found 4 other girls. Their names are Laura, Leslie, Ashton, and Sarah, and we are very excited to be living together. We already talk every single day. We're planning roommate gifts. We already decided who's living in what room with who, and we're just very excited to be rooming together. All of us are over 21, so we're going to be living in a non-wellness apartment, which, if you don't know what that means, wellness is no alcohol and non-wellness is alcohol allowed. And not that any of us are, you know, heavy drinkers, but it's easier than risking getting termed by living with somebody who's under 21 bringing alcohol in. Question 7. What are you going to miss while you're gone on your program? This question is so easy. I'm going to miss my cats, especially my Princess Bella, because she has gotten so close to me since I've been home from college. She cuddles with me all the time, and I'm gonna miss her because I just love her and I love petting her. And when I get a full-time job, or you know, not a CP job, and get my own apartment, my dad said I can have her, which, kitty, I'm so excited. But for right now, I can't have her for 7 months, and I'm going to miss her dearly. So that's kind of all of the program specific questions. Next is going to be just the fun get to know me Disney style questions. So the first one is, what's your favorite Disney park? So my personal favorite Disney park, I'm kind of tied. It's always been, well, I can't say always, I guess, because when I was younger I didn't really like it. But it's Epcot. I love Epcot. Spaceship Earth is my favorite ride. Living with the Land is lit as all get out. I went on the behind the scenes tour twice, and I will gladly do it again. I love that thing. I love Epcot. I love the World Showcase. Love everything about Epcot. But then I'm also kind of partial to Magic Kingdom because that's where I worked and that's where I spent so much time my first program. And it's kind of like home to me. But I guess my favorite park is Epcot, and my home park is Magic Kingdom. And I'm hoping that Magic Kingdom stays my home park. You know, hint hint, Disney recruiters. So next thing is, what is #1 on your Disney bucket list? And I don't know, I haven't really come up with my bucket list yet. One major thing I want to do is 4 parks in one day, because I never did that while I was there. I get it's exhausting, but I think you have to do it once. So I want to do that, and then I want to watch Happily Ever After. I've seen it once, but I wasn't impressed because I was still mad. Wishes is #1. I'm mad they took it away. It meant so much to me. I cried the last time I saw it. Rip Wishes. #1 Wishes stand forever. Yeah, I definitely want to see Happily Ever After and kind of appreciate it for what it is, since I was still mad that they killed Wishes last time. So what's your favorite Disney character? My favorite character overall is Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. I've always been obsessed with Piglet ever since I was a little kid. I have a Piglet stuffed animal that is no longer pink. Piglet is white now because I have loved all the pink out of it. And yeah, so Piglet, Winnie the Pooh, all of them, they hold a special place in my heart. And that is my favorite Disney character. Next is, what's your favorite princess? This is hard for me because I have 2. My favorite, classical, I guess, princess, old school Disney princess, is Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. She is just, she's great. But my favorite newer, like, you know, newer movie Disney princess is Tiana from Princess and the Frog. I think she is awesome. From the get-go, she's been a hard worker, going after her dreams. She doesn't need a man to help her out with her dreams, but she happened to find love along the way. So I think that she's just awesome. I don't know how to cook like her, but we're learning. But yeah, Tiana is a boss lady who knows what she's doing and gets what she wants, and I like her for that. So thank you guys for watching my DCP tag and being excited with me, and I guess helping me resurrect her at the grave. This channel has just been, she's been sad, she's been lacking. I think I'm the only one that goes back and ever watches my old videos because I love them, and they're super cringy, but they remind me of one of the best times I've ever had in my life, and I'm just so excited to start this journey again and to bring all of you along with me. And right now I'm not going to have a like dedicated uploading schedule yet because I'm doing a lot of things right now. I'm working on roommate gifts, and I'm thinking about trying to pick back up the sign language that I learned during my degree and trying to get my language pin, but I haven't settled on that decision yet. So I'm not going to have a solid uploading schedule, but I do have a lot of videos planned, and I definitely plan to be way more active on this channel than I was in my last program, a lot more dedicated to like putting together my footage and putting videos out and like showing people what I'm doing and the fun that I'm having, and I guess, you know, just stuff like that. You'll definitely see a lot of me and a lot of my roommates, hopefully, and all of my adventures that I will be having down there, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me. So I guess that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Oh, and I don't know if anybody has noticed, but I did change the name of this channel. I just wasn't feeling Adventurous Jess anymore. I feel like that's like my old college program, just doesn't fit me anymore. So my new name was created by one of my roommates. I asked them to help me because I was drawing a blank and I couldn't think of anything, and we settled on Jess Ever After because I plan on staying in Disney forever and ever and ever. So welcome to this new channel / old channel, and I hope you guys have fun watching me, and I think I've rambled on enough at this point, so bye!